Previously on Tabletop Trouble.
You see the forest that you ran through slowly growing darker. You see a set of bright red eyes piercing through the forest. And before you can do anything, you are shocked awake.
We took out the bot.
Oh, you shut down Teddy.
Yeah, no, he's gone. On the bright side, we still have his eyes.
I have an idea. I could hook the crystal up to a power source. We can overcharge the crystal and create a giant flash that will theoretically turn everyone back. This sickness, it has a mind of its own. It's almost as if this parasite is gathering strong specimens and keeping them with the brood mother. You hear this floorboard creak from behind you, and you see a dark figure stab Isaac in the back. As you see Marrick Vinland, looking much stronger, says, "The observation cannot be stopped." You've never seen this side of town. There's no rot here. You don't sense that uneasiness that you felt previously. One of the figures steps up and looks at you and says, "You're new here. My name is Deacon Maxim." Sookala and Isaac, you have entered this library, and as you look around, it appears to be lived in. There are many lit candles lighting up this room. It looks very comfortable, and around this room are stacks of books. And these books are stacked into different genres and subjects. And as you observe these books, you can see a thin coating of clear slime over all of the books. And Isaac, as you go and touch it, it kind of moves and begins to form into a figure who stands behind you. And as it takes shape, it's a woman made from a translucent, clear slime. And floating inside this goo, you can see what appear to be the well-eaten bones of a humanoid figure and a crystal where her heart should be that's glowing with the soft light. As she takes this shape, she looks in your direction and looks at both of you and says, "Oh my gosh, I have been so bored."
Well, hello to you too.
And as you go to speak to her, Isaac, the words almost struggle to leave your mouth, and you can feel like hairs on the back of your neck standing up.
I grab the back of my neck and I try to speak again. Hello?
And again, it's like something is choking the words down.
Does he sound weird?
Yeah, you hear it too. Something's wrong with how he's speaking. It's like he's trying to say something. You don't see fear on his face, but his words are coming out as if they're frightened.
Yeah, I turn to you, Sookala, with a confused look.
Are you okay?
I think so.
This figure takes a step towards you. "It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you." And as she steps towards you, you take an involuntary half step back.
Do I feel anything else?
Just this strange feeling that you can't quite put a finger on. It's like another voice in your head that's not your own.
I take a few steps back and just start to be very cautiously observant.
Is he all right?
I don't know. Isaac, we're here for you. Where are you going?
Maybe you should talk to her.
All right. Hello?
Hello. And you can see her make what appears to be a smile. She doesn't really have features as you typically describe on a humanoid person. They're kind of melted away.
So if I was paying attention, there's a rumor that someone here can fix the plague thing that's happening.
You must have talked to the townsfolk. They're quite ravenous, you know. They have assumed that I am some sort of messenger from the gods here to save everyone. While it's true, I have cured them. I don't know anything about any gods.
You and me, sister. Same boat. Cured him, don't know God. Got it.
She lets out a chuckle. I've read about the gods, what little there is for literature revolving around them here in the library, but the records show nothing of a being like me.
Is she entirely see-through?
Yes.
She's just like made out of like the slime.
Yes, she is like translucent. Like I said, you can see what appear to be bones that have been eaten away by the slime and a crystal where her heart is.
Is my bracer reacting at all?
No.
Is my arm reacting at all?
Yes.
I reveal the infection on my arm, and I try to power through this force so I can step closer.
She looks at you as you reveal your arm. Oh, why didn't you say something? Please, let me help you. And she goes to step forward, and you feel that fight, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
15.
Yeah, you are able to power through this urge to run, for lack of a better word, and she places her hands on you, and you can see her hands dissolve as they wrap around your arm, and you feel a squeeze. And you see this black rot you'd been infected with seep off of your skin and begin to flow through her. This is about the time where Whizz and Kako walk into the church, and you see this slime creature grabbing on to Isaac's arm and just squeezing.
Do I know what the fuck this is?
Just like the other slime creatures you've seen in this town, this is not anything you've heard of.
So she's nothing like an ordinary, like, slime, like a little ooze boy.
You've never seen a humanoid slime before, besides the ones that were here in town.
Okay. I'm going to lean over to Whizz and just be like, I think he's dead now.
I see the clear, like, he looks distressed, yes?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use Gust of Wind. I don't know what's going on, I just walked in, all right?
No, that's fair.
Obviously, I'm not going to stop it because I wouldn't have time or know that Whizz was going to do this. But I would like to just casually turn him. Oh, welcome.
I need Goobadoo need to make a strength saving throw.
I have to make one too.
Oh yeah, I guess because you would be in the same direction.
Oh, I'm right there.
A line of strong wind, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blast from you in a direction. Yep, okay.
I got a 4. I get knocked on my ass.
17.
As this gust of wind blows through this library and books begin to like flap open and candles go out as you push this force through this library, you see the figure that is holding on to Isaac's arm take this wind and almost explode into pieces that like fly off and like splatter on the back of this library, on the books and all over the bookcases. Sookala, you are also knocked from your feet and tumble through this slime a little bit.
Ah, fuck.
Whizz, what the hell?
Are you okay?
Am I okay?
Yeah, you look at your arm. It's not completely cured, but it's taken this illness down from your shoulder down to about your mid-elbow.
I show Whizz my arm. She was getting rid of it.
You killed her.
Oh, she
Kako-
wasn't hurting you? You looked like you were upset.
I think it's whatever this plague is.
I thought you were having a bad time, and I was trying to help you out. But what was it? I thought it was like a monster that was gonna.
I mean,
eat you.
I think it is a monster, but
Clearly,
I
it
don't
was some variety of ooze. I'm going to go collect, like, the bones off the ground.
Yeah, you go and you grab one of like, it's like a rib off the ground. And as you do, this ooze forms back immediately and says, "Hey, you should ask before touching." And she slaps your hand.
Yeah, Kako, don't be rude.
Also, monster is a real inflammatory term.
I did not call it a monster.
No, you.
I said
I
it was
said
some
monster.
variety of ooze.
Yeah, Whizz said that.
So did you.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
When?
Right after
Yeah, you
Whizz said
did
it, you
say
said,
that.
"Sure, it's probably some kind of monster, but
Okay, in the sense that it's not a human or any other bipedal race.
We're going by monster manual terms here. This isn't technically an
We're
insult.
metagaming, don't
The
worry
so
about
if
it.
it's
The
not
manual I wrote.
if it's not a human, it doesn't matter."
Is the aggressive one your friend?
She's a little confused, but her heart's in the right place.
Excuse me, ma'am. 2 things. 1, do you dissolve the baby? And 2, may I have the bones in your person so that I may make the stew?
Kako.
It's
no.
a medicinal stew.
No.
You can't just ask people for their bones.
Yes, I can.
She's using her bones.
Am I not using the right words?
I have not seen many babies in these plague times,
Well, that is convenient for us.
but I would not dissolve. I have no desire. And as you look at her, now that she's formed back together, her clear translucence has been replaced with this gray color.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm a little weak, but I'll be fine.
Oh, I'm really sorry for
Oh,
blowing
no,
you away.
it's fine. I barely felt a thing.
Do you
I
feel
mean,
anything?
Hey,
Not really. I mean, I can feel when pieces of me fall off.
and when people pick up your bones, I don't mean to like stare. I'm sorry, I block my eyes.
It's quite all right. I don't know whose bones these are. They were part of me when I came to. I assumed they're mine, but...
Kako's writing down everything about her.
How are you curing this illness?
Well, I just speak to it. I hear its whispers. It's like a far-off voice, and when I listen deeply, I take that illness into myself, and I'm weak now, but I'll recover. It doesn't affect me in the same way it affects humans or humanoids.
So this is the healer they were talking about?
I think it's safe to assume.
All right.
I wouldn't believe a word they've said about me, but yes.
So you don't know the goddess?
Heavens, no. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Well.
I only recently read the entire theological history.
Well, where did you come from then?
Here. Well, not
always
this
been
library.
Here?
Always is a relative term. About 5 months.
Do I recognize anything about the gemstone that she has?
As you look at this gemstone, it's about a little larger than fist size. It looks like it's been broken off of something, and the center of it, its core, is glowing with a faint white light.
As nicely and casually as I can be, it's be like, do you mind if I take a look at the gemstone you're wearing?
I suppose so. And she reaches into her chest cavity and pulls it out, and it's like now floating in like a glob of slime that would be her hand.
Yeah, I basically just want to try to do whatever analysis I can on it.
Kako's also going to lean in for closer inspection.
I glare at Kako out of the corner of my eyes. Look, but don't touch.
I wouldn't touch
Appreciate
it. It might be dangerous.
Arcana?
Yeah, make an Arcana check on it.
21.
That's an 8.
Oh, Sookala got a little bored, and she's just looking at all the books now, just like inspecting each one.
11.
Whizz and Kako, you don't notice much more than what I described. As she moves it around in this glob of slime, you can see that light glimmer. Isaac, as you look over this gemstone, you can feel radiance coming from this light. Whatever this crystal is or was, it appears to emanate some kind of energy similar to the celestial magic you use.
But you said it looks damaged?
It doesn't look like it was cut. It's not a refined gemstone. It was broken off.
Gotcha. Can I channel like a little bit of radiant energy into it?
You hold your hand out and focus some of your celestial magic into this gemstone, and as you do, it glows brighter and brighter, and you see the gray that has filtered through her begin to repel back from this light, and when you stop, she's clear again.
Are you sure you're not a cleric of some description?
No, don't worry about it.
I'm very worried about it.
I take off the bandages that I put on and offer my hand back to her. We can help each other.
She wraps around your arm again and begins to siphon off some of this plague. And before long, your arm, what black spots you had, are totally gone, and you don't feel any of that voice in the back of your mind anymore. But she is now very gray and full of this corruption. She kind of like leans down weakly. I'll be all right.
I channel whatever I can back into this gemstone to purify her.
You channel more of this magic into this gemstone, but this time as you do, it kind of shakes, and you can see the cracks from where it broke begin to like glow with a bright energy, and she kind of yells in pain, and as you stop, you've cleared her a little bit, but you can tell that the gemstone can't take much more of the energy you're funneling into it.
It's too much. I don't think you should be hurting her like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're all learning new things today, I suppose. And she puts the gemstone back in her chest.
Isaac, have you been a weird slime person this whole time?
I really want to take a sample. I feel like that's really rude.
Yeah, she's a person.
I know.
I see you start to pull out a vial, and I just put your hand back down. I like kind of like push it away.
I just wanted to help.
No, I don't think this is the time.
All right.
She's looking pretty weak, so I think we should just let her rest.
Nope.
I already kind of blew her away, and
There's no hard feelings about that, honestly.
I really appreciate that. Sometimes I just misunderstand. I thought my friend was in danger.
Well, I suppose that if I were walking in and I saw something like me grabbing onto someone, I would assume the worst as well.
Yes, you would probably freak out and cry.
Well, I don't know about that. I'd like to think I'm a little stronger than that.
I misjudged you. I'm sorry. But we've had a lot of mucky things trying to like grab onto us recently. I don't know if you've seen any of them around, or do you know where they're at?
Vile creatures.
Oh, so you have seen them.
Yes, I've seen them. I hear them. They yell.
They yell? You know
no
what
one
they're
else
saying?
appears to hear it, but I can hear it in the back of my mind. Their pain.
Forgive us for not asking earlier, but what is your name?
I don't know.
You don't have one at all?
The townsfolk called me the Lady of Light, but I think that sounds a little pretentious.
Yes.
Thank you. Like I said, I just woke up in this part of town about 5 months ago. Not even sure I had much of a thought in my head back then. It wasn't until I stumbled upon this library here that things began to make what little sense they could.
Is Lessa with us? Like, is she in the town?
Yeah, she came with you.
Okay. I'm gonna just go over to the door and just like, Lessa, come here.
There's no response.
Fuck, I go outside.
And as you run outside, you actually hear screaming coming from the town center you were at previously.
We all hear this?
Yeah.
Okay. I keep running.
Such a good role model, leaving a child to die.
She's
We
not the
need to go
child. She has an
investigate
axe.
who's hurt. Are you able to come help and heal them, or
I'll help in whatever way I can. And she kind of pulls herself up. You can tell she's weak, but she begins to follow in your direction.
do you need some help?
I'll be fine.
Okay, because I can levitate you if you need me to. Yeah.
Movement's kind of easy for something like me. It's not like you humanoids with your muscles and everything. I just kind of float around anyway.
Yeah, us floaty people over here, we have different ways of thinking about exercise.
I wouldn't know. I've read medical journals and into the musculatory system of humanoids, but I don't know what it's like, having only ever been, this.
Have you just been only absorbing information from what's been in here in the library?
Well, the townsfolk would come and proselytize about me. I eventually told them to leave me alone. And they did, but they weren't really interested in hearing what I had to say, only what I could do.
Well, if you're not this Lady of Light, what should I call you? I assume you probably wouldn't like it since you don't see yourself as much of a
I would prefer not to
goddess.
be called the Lady of Light, but as for what I would like to be called,
Name time.
How
name
about-
Have
time.
one.
Name time.
How about Samantha?
Oh,
No, let's all go around. What's your idea?
Florence is short for fluorescence.
Oh.
or Flo, because she's
I refuse to call her Flo because you're gonna make that fucking noise.
I like Flo.
Fuck, Lessa!
All right.
Tell her.
I feel like we're losing people. Sookala says Flo. How do you like Flo?
No. Sookala never said Flo.
whatever you feel comfortable calling
All right,
me.
we'll call her Flo
Flo.
with a W at the end.
Let's go, Flo.
Okay.
Right? Go with the flow.
I see what you did there.
Oh, yeah. More of a
I
modern saying,
regret
but
leaving my
You're only 5
swamp.
months old, so let's go.
And she follows you back towards the center of town. And as you guys walk towards the center of town, you see,
It's more of like a jog.
as you guys jog to the center of town, you see a group approaching the library, led by Gwarn and a couple of other just townsfolk. And they have Lessa and Phineas held captive.
Having run ahead of the group, I'm gonna walk up to Gwarn, solid 10 feet away, want to be safe. What the hell?
He doesn't acknowledge you and instead pulls back his arm, which has an axe in it, and hurls it in your direction.
I cast Eldritch Blast and try to snipe it out of the way.
More important, does it hit me?
This axe flies right past your head, Kako, and you can feel the air of it whiz right past you,
Hey.
and it clatters to the ground behind you. And Gwarn is reaching for another axe. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Shit.
Yay.
If you get Lessa killed, we're not friends anymore.
Okay.
Hey,
I'll remember that. Isaac, what did you get?
7.
20.
14.
7. Hooray.
Hey, so you two clearly aren't attached to Gwarn.
Shut up.
Isaac, do we care if we kill these people?
They're civilians.
Okay, but they're kidnapping my protege.
Look, there's a lot of weird
And
shit
the
going on
weird
in this
rich
town.
dude.
I'm not content with just dismissing this as the people are batshit crazy.
Okay.
Whizz, you are up first. You are standing in this town center. Kako is about 10 feet in front of you. An axe just whizzed right past his head and clattered to the ground right around your feet. About 10 feet in front of him is a group consisting of Gwarn and 4 other just commoners here in the town. You recognize them from the town square. You never interacted with them in any way. They haven't said anything since they arrived here in the town square. Currently, 2 of the commoners are holding your friends, Phineas and Lessa, captive.
How hostile do they look? It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to talk to him.
They threw a fucking axe? Okay. We're just going to disregard Kako's safety.
So I'm going to rush out and try to put myself in between Kako and Gwarn and company. But yeah, actually, how hostile do they look?
They don't look hostile or mad. They look kind of blank. Like there's no expression on their face.
What does Gwarn look like?
Same. Gwarn is like leading this party. He is currently brandishing an axe. He's not.
Another axe?
Yes, he had like it's 2 hand axes that he had.
He's a dual
He has
wielder.
one hand.
Yes, which is why he threw one and is now wielding one hand axe. It was like
he
on
had
his
one
side.
on his-
Yeah. I thought
I'm
about
just
that.
making sure there's no loopholes here, Mike.
No,
all right?
he's not
People
dual
with
wielding.
disabilities
I'm
can murder
fact-checking
too.
right now. Audience, if you remember, we did cut off one of Gwarn's hands.
Specifically, you convinced him to cut off his own hand by making him think
one
he
of
was
us did.
infected.
I'm going to say, Gwarn, put down the axe. This isn't like you. We can talk about this. And I'm going to try to convince him to calm down. But I'm also using Mantle of Inspiration for a bonus action. All allies gain 8 temporary hit points and use a reaction to move their speed without provoking an opportunity attack. Let's talk about our feelings. Maybe we don't throw hand axes at our friends.
I'm imagining Whizz as like a preschool teacher now. But like all the babies have swords.
You know, every time you sing a song, though, I imagine the striped sweater song from SpongeBob.
Oh, wait, the best time to make a sweater is all the time, or something like that.
Yeah, like that, but right.
Oh.
Damn.
Audience, this is me getting fucking roasted live right to your earlobes.
So you cast this Mantle of Inspiration on your friends and attempt to talk Gwarn down, but he seems totally unfazed by any of the words coming out of your mouth, as if he's not hearing them.
It's me, buddy. We're best friends. Don't do this. I'm begging you.
Hey, I'm that guy you had one conversation with in passing. We're like best buds.
Everybody's my best friend, okay?
How did you guys want to move?
Which one is holding Lessa?
Gwarn's in the center, and then the commoner to the direct left of Gwarn.
I'm going to walk up to that guy.
You walk right up to the person who is holding your protege and kind of stare him down.
Very upset at you.
Similarly unfazed. Are you moving at all, Sookala?
No, I'm good.
And Isaac?
I'm okay where I'm at.
Next in the order is Lessa. Having seen you walk up Kako to rescue her, looks back at this commoner who is holding her down, and she like lowers her head and smacks it back in the direction of this commoner. And you could hear a crunch as she headbutts this commoner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really strong.
She's a strong.
Fucking boss. That's how she did it.
I taught her well.
And as she bashes this
I'm a role model.
commoner in the nose, he kind of stumbles backwards, letting her go. And she turns and stands next to you, Kako, and draws her weapon.
God, I'm so proud of her.
Gwarn, having just seen this happen, takes his hand axe and swings it in your direction, Kako.
Try and hit me.
He hits you
He did it? He did it.
for 7 points of damage, and he swings his arm back again to strike you for a second time. And he hits you. That's 12 points of damage. And as you get a good look at Gwarn now that you're like right up on him, his eyes are blank. You see no light in them. It's almost as if you're staring into a corpse.
Oh, okay. Lessa, they're basically already dead. We just need to do the actual killing part.
Make an intelligence check for me.
Absolutely.
With advantage.
Oh, thank God. Oh my God, that's so much better. 15.
As you think back to the manor and your encounter with Marrick Vinland and how he dropped dead previously, and how you were assailed by some unseen force that burrowed into your mind, and now seeing your former, not necessarily ally, but someone who was non-hostile to you, also attacking you, you have deduced that this is the work of intellect devourers. An aberration that is basically a small, how's the best way to describe this? It's a brain with legs.
Oh.
From what you know, based on your monster hunting experience, they typically hunt in packs, and when they can get the drop on someone, they attempt to burrow into their brains and replace them, and using their husks to perform their own duties.
I'm going to pedantically inform everybody about these brain devourer things. Intellect devourers.
What the fuck?
I know.
What the fuck even is that?
It's a weird monster.
Rest in peace, that NPC. Everybody loved him.
Yeah. Beloved Gwarn, who cut off his own arm.
At the behest of our
some
party.
Good times.
Call him
I
Gwarm.
just want like a little flashback right now.
You remember me.
Thank you. Yeah. Somebody get the lighter out and just back and forth.
There once was a man named Gwarn who stupidly cut off his own arm, and it wasn't Sookala's fault. This is the end of the limerick.
Damn, you rhyming?
I hear their whispers. They're being controlled by something.
Yes, they're significantly less weird than...
Thank you. That means a lot.
I also apologize for having such a strong opinion. You just look horrific.
Thank you, I suppose.
I'm kind of proud of you, Kako.
I'm not convinced you are not secretly a slime monster.
I mean, by definition, I suppose I am.
No,
a slime
Isaac.
monster. Oh, he does not look like the slime monsters that I've seen.
Well, does this weird dwarf man look like a brain devourer?
Okay, touche. I suppose I still have a lot to learn about this world.
Yes, you do.
Don't.
Would you like one of my books?
No.
You're an author.
No.
I am a successful and accomplished author. You and my protege will have a book club, I've decided.
I love reading.
God damn
Lessa, I have acquired you a friend in this weird slime monster lady.
Am I supposed to kill this one?
No, she only looks horrific.
Oh, so she's like Sookala. I didn't mean that in a mean way. I'm sorry. Sookala, I'm sorry.
Lessa,
I'm sorry. I grew up in a tunnel.
Yes. But yes, you are
right.
correct.
When's it my turn to hurt someone?
Kako, you are up.
Oh, finally. I'm going to cut his fucking head off. I'm going to slash at Gwarn so hard. As a bonus action, I designate
He's mind
one
control.
creature I can see within 60 feet as my target, and the first time each round that I hit the target, I do an extra d6 damage.
Okay.
I got a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I thought he was going to say no.
Fuck yeah, 8 damage.
Axe to axe with Gwarn, you swing your hand axe in his direction, and as you sink this axe into his flesh, he doesn't go on the defensive or recoil in any way. He just stares you down and gets ready for his next attack. Next up is the other commoners. The one who was holding Phineas, he's going to drag Phineas back about 15 feet away from the rest of the group, trying to get away from the conflict. The one that just got headbutted by Lessa, he's going to reach for a club he has held to his side, and he's going to swing it at Lessa.
Better fucking not.
He swings it at Lessa, and Lessa holds up her hand axe and parries the blow back and pushes him off of her. The commoner to the left of this one is going to run up to you, Isaac. He has a short sword that he is going to swing in your direction. That's a hit.
Ow.
And that's 7 points of damage. The last commoner actually begins chanting, and before long, he summons a small fireball that he hurls right towards you, Sookala. The fireball hits you for 3 points of damage.
Fuck you.
Sookala, you're up.
Who's the biggest threat right now?
There's the fireball-wielding commoner who just attacked you.
Yeah, fuck him. Okay, my new spell. I cast Ego Whip.
What does that do?
You lash the mind of one character you can see within range, filling it with despair. The target must succeed on an intelligence saving throw or suffer disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws, and it can't cast spells.
No, he does not save. Despite seeing this blank-faced looking man who had previously thrown a fireball at you, you could tell a look of despair washes across his face, and you see a single tear roll down his cheek as he thinks about the world and life in general.
And that puts a big, sharp, toothy grin on my face.
Next up is Flo. She's really not sure how to approach this situation, so she reaches onto the ground and picks up a rock and hurls it at Gwarn.
I love her. I would die for her.
It's a pretty good start.
Gwarn is currently distracted with you, Kako, and as you are staring him down face to face and locked in this heated battle, you see this rock hit him upside the forehead, and his head is thrown to the side, and you see blood pour down his face as he is actually hit by a rock.
Good arm.
Thank you, creepy lady.
It's only 1 point of damage, but
The blood will get
You
in
know
his
what?
eyes. It's fine.
We didn't really think to give her a weapon, so
Maybe she can hurt them with her appearance.
Why are you such a dick?
Isaac, you're up.
How are groupings looking?
Everyone is pretty spread out at this point. The closest two are the one attacking Lessa and Gwarn, and you have the other two. One of them is now about 25 feet away from you and about 15 feet away from the rest of the group. And then you have the one that Sookala just drained of happiness, just kind of sitting by himself about 10 feet away from you.
I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt, the one that's holding Phineas hostage. A flash of light streaks towards a creature of your choice within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On hit, the target takes 46 radiant, and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your turn has advantage. That's a nat 20.
Fuck. Whoa. Yeah, so that's 16d6.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's not lethal. I should specify it now.
I mean, or lethal, that's fine.
I mean, can you confirm for me that all of them are brainless, or rather, not their original brains?
Can I confirm that?
If your suspicion is correct that they are intellect devourers, their brains are no longer in their heads.
Yes, I can absolutely, with 100% certainty, verify that these people are no longer people.
Roll insight. Cool.
Do you ever believe Kako?
That's fair. No,
I am an
it's non-lethal
expert.
damage. So
60 damage?
60 radiant plus.
how you gonna do non-lethal damage and do 60 hit points?
Next campaign, Jace is playing a cleric.
Yeah, 65.
You send this radiant spell out of the palm of your hand, and it bursts out with way more power than you intended to put behind it. And as it flies across the field, you see fear strike Phineas's face as this guiding bolt goes right past him and hits the target behind him, who falls to the ground unconscious. And Phineas is pulled to the ground too because of the sheer force of being blown backwards. He picks himself off the ground and dusts himself off, and he says, You could have hit me, you know.
But I didn't.
Doesn't it make the target glow too?
Yeah, they're like sparkly now.
I think because you did 60 damage, he's like a bright, shining beacon of light.
It's like a fucking disco ball. Let's just string them up and have a good time. Sorry,
And as
that was a
you
little bit.
watch this target, you see the world around this target kind of like waver and warble as a brain with legs pops into existence about 5 feet away from this target and begins to look around to examine the battlefield.
Phineas, run!
See, 100% certain with.
Phineas is up. Phineas, having just seen this brain pop out, is going to stomp on it.
Or do that.
Just fucking bunt it.
Phineas stomps his boot down on this intellect devourer, and you kind of hear it let out a squeal as he does. And he only does 3 damage to it, but he brushes off his shoe on the ground and begins to run away from this creature. The creature attempts to strike him as he runs away, but misses.
I see the little brain pop out. I'm gonna go over and whack it with my quarterstaff. To 22.
Yeah, that's a hit.
I did 0 damage.
What?
Do 0 damage.
0 damage?
It's a 1d8 minus 1.
Oh, no.
Here.
Allison.
Can you...
How did you get -1? -1 what?
Minus 1 strength.
Oh, that fucking sucks, dog.
Yeah, you walk up and you put your heart into the swing. But as you do, you hit the
finally.
brain and it just bloop.
Well, that's the problem. You use the wrong muscle to hit with. You put your heart into it.
It gets sucked in?
It's just like squishy because it's a brain.
Oh. Well, I did my best today. Bardic inspiration for you, and you.
Wait, what?
I did something with my turn. You get a 1d6.
Lessa is going to pull.
Her best.
She's going to hold her arm out. I'm going to try something.
I'm going to like kind of lean down and just be like, you can fucking do it.
As she says that, she closes her eyes, and when she opens them back up, her eyes are white, and her hand begins to drip with water, and it begins to pool up on the ground, and a tendril rises from this puddle and attacks the man in front of her. The tendril reaches up at this man and throws him down to the ground, knocking him prone and doing 8 points of damage.
Fucking nice. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
She turns to you. As she talks, her voice sounds like it's underwater.
God, she's making checks.
This tendril reaches up to you, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 13.
You have a bardic inspiration.
Oh, that's a 16.
That was a good use of that bardic inspiration.
Hey, thank you.
You shrug off this tendril, and as it snaps back into its place, you see Lessa shaking her face, and as she opens her eyes back up, she appears to be herself again. The tendril just falls into water.
Lessa, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Did I hurt anyone?
No, only the bad guy.
I felt like I was going to lose myself there.
Oh, that's not possible.
I mean, it kind of is.
Less hot from the dude that's not using magic.
Good job. I know how to use magic. I didn't use the lightning bolt because it would have hurt Protege. And then the other guy.
Guarn is up, and as you are talking, he swings his hand axe at you.
Ah.
And hits you.
Oh, fuck. Not again.
For 6 points of damage. And as he readies another strike, he misses. Kako, you're up.
I'm going to swing my hand axe at Guarn.
Okay.
Wait, I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Hey, that's a 20. 8 damage.
The commoners are up. The one who just got pulled to the ground, he's going to spend his turn just on the ground. The one...
Just hanging out.
He kind of has the wind knocked out of him. The one who is casting spells is going to attempt to break out of Sookala's curse.
Take a fucking try.
He did.
Oh.
What'd he get?
20.
Fuck!
The short sword wielding commoner who is attacking you, Isaac, pulls his sword back with all his strength, and he hits you hard with his short sword.
Uh-oh.
Help!
That's 16 points of damage,
So not hot.
Oh, fuck.
and he pulls his sword back for another attack,
Oh, fuck.
and he hits you for 7 points damage. He didn't hit you as hard the second time. First time he rolled a crit.
Mother, can you hear
Well, yeah, because he used all his yeets and yotes in the first fucking strike.
The intellect devourer is going to dash and try and get out of here.
Oh, opportunity attack.
Yep. Go ahead and make an opportunity attack with your staff.
Just do more than 2 damage.
Come on, you're a bard. You can do it. Inspire yourself.
Oh.
I ain't wasting it on this guy.
Yeah, you go to swing your storm staff at this intellect devourer.
Yeah.
And it's just a little too fast for you, and by the time you get the swing across, it's run out of your reach.
Ding it.
He skitters into an alley, and you hear like the skittering get quieter and quieter as it disappears.
Man, who let that guy go? I turn around to pretend like I was doing something else.
Sookala, you're up.
All right, I'm going to go for Fireball again because I'm going to fucking kill him. I am going to cast Witch Bolt at level 5 because I can. A beam of crackling blue energy lances out towards a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the target. On a hit, the target takes, it's 1d12 lightning damage, but I'm casting it at level 5, so it's 5d12. And if he survives, on each of my turns, I automatically get a chance to deal another d12 of lightning damage. It's 22.
22? Yeah, that's a hit.
30 damage.
You crack this witch bolt across the battlefield, and as it strikes this commoner, you see their hair stand on end, and their bones and muscles just snap into a straight position, and they fall to the ground. as you watch this person fall to the ground. A couple seconds after it falls to the ground, about 5 feet away from the body, you see the brain warble into existence and appear. Flo, having just seen this intellect devourer pop out of this other body.
If she does more damage than me, I'm going to throw my staff.
You did 0 damage.
So you
Everyone
were a
does more
caster and
damage
you
than
made
you.
a melee attack.
I don't care.
She's going to run up to this intellect devourer and just attempt to hold it. She succeeds, and she's holding this intellect devourer down. I've got this one. Not really sure what? And she's lost, as if she's listening to this brain as she's holding it down.
I think she is a lost cause.
Yeah, I'm going to use Eldritch Blast. I'm kind of envisioning this too, since I have Eldritch Spear, that I have like a little magic sniper lens that shows up like on my eye when I'm casting, and I'm just like,
Yeah, if you want that, that's fine.
okay, I'm going to target the guy that's engaged with Kako and the one that's attacking me.
So Gwarn and the one in front of you.
19 for the one in front of me. 11 for the one attacking Kako.
That's a miss on Gwarn, but a hit on yours.
5.
Yeah, you fire this eldritch spear into the man who's been hacking at you with his sword, and he's kind of knocked back just a little bit.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to use some of my healing light.
With that, Phineas is going to run over to... So I'm going to say he hides behind you,
Cool.
Whizz. Get him! Get him!
And I'm just like whacking my thing around like, eh.
Keep me safe.
More, get him!
If I die, we're all doomed.
I'm kind of like breaking out in a sweat, just swinging around my staff at nothing, like just air. And I'm like, I'm trying.
Cast a spell, damn it!
Whizz, you're up.
Oh, damn, I do have those, right? I am feeling a little bit sparky today. I think I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt and twin it on the
Oh, shit.
on the sword guy.
Not what I was expecting.
And Gwarn and the sword guy, I'm going to twin my Lightning Bolt on them.
Kako, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
13?
No. You see Whizz charging up the lightning bolt, something you've seen him do numerous times now, and you anticipate this, but it still catches you off guard that it explodes with the force it does. So you're still going to have to make a save against this lightning bolt. Warn, what's the spell save DC? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
He saves.
Oh, no.
You rolled a 19 plus 3.
You don't know that.
What's your spell save DC?
50.
19 plus 4.
The one who is attacking Isaac, though, what is your spell save DC?
15.
15. He passes as well.
Yeah, did I have to
They
dodge?
both pass and you fail?
Yeah, I guess so. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
No, why'd I open my mouth?
Why did you open your mouth?
Yeah, you didn't really need to.
Yeah, that's enough.
Fuck!
All right.
Oh, you roll again.
18 damage.
Yeah, so you fire these lightning bolts, levitating slightly off the ground as you fill yourself with this magic energy. How do you want to do the one that was attacking Isaac?
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, basically, I just want to levitate off the ground and pretend like I've been doing something this whole time by finally contributing. And I just want to zap him right through his brain.
You fire this lightning bolt across the
I want it
battlefield.
to fry his noggin.
And it strikes him like right in the face, and you hear a scream for like half a second before it's silenced by the singeing of your lightning, and the corpse goes dead. And similarly, the intelligence devourer pops into existence about 5 feet away from this body, although it's stunned as it's moving back and forth, wobbling. Next up is Lessa. She takes her axe and she just hurls it down into the guy who's laid prone on the ground.
Yes.
Oh,
Kill him.
I don't know that I was going to give her advantage, but she just rolled a 20. She deals 13 points of damage
Jeez.
into the back of this guy's head, and the guy goes limp as she slams the axe down, and just like before, the brain pops out about 5 feet away from the body. So now the only human still standing is Gwarn.
Isn't he a dwarf?
The only humanoid standing is Gwarn. It is Gwarn's turn. He's going to look around and see all of his fellow companions have dropped, and he's going to disengage from you and run down the road. Kako.
I'm going to cast lightning
At Gwarn.
at Gwarn.
I'm going to give you advantage.
Oh, wait, with advantage. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's a 22. 17 plus I do 24 damage.
You fire this lightning arrow towards Gwarn, who is currently booking it. And as it connects with Gwarn, how do you want to do it?
What I would like to happen is I would like the javelin to pass through him normally, pin on the ground in front of him so he's kind of leaning forward, and then I'd like the lightning to hit and just make him explode.
Yeah. You throw this javelin and it pins Gwarn to the ground. And as his lifeless body slides down this javelin, your lightning flies across the battlefield and strikes this body, which goes rigid and then pops into pieces. And crawling slowly out of the head cavity that was Gwarn's cranium is the intellect devourer who skitters off into the darkness.
I'm just imagining you like threw this javelin with such force and you get it, but the lightning didn't go off at the same time, and you're standing there like, what?
Before my turn ends, I'm just going to kind of like lean a bit closer to Lesson. It's going to be like, Lesson, these creatures we're fighting, they have excellent hallucinogenic properties, but given our current company, and I look at Whizz, we should probably just destroy them.
I'm not quite sure how to scalp that which has no head.
Funnily enough, the hallucinogenic stuff is actually in its toes, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Next up in the order is the other intellect devourers.
All humanoids are down, Rao. It's just
just the brains at this point.
Did we ever get the one off of the slime woman?
No.
Oh, so she's still just holding on to that?
Yeah.
I didn't want to shoot at her while she was holding it.
They're all just going to attempt to dash away, with the exception of the one that's being held down. Isaac, you're going to get opportunity attack.
inspired.
13.
That's a hit.
Okay. 3 damage.
You swing at this brain, and you manage to nick it, and it kind of limps as it runs off, but it skitters off into the darkness. Lessa has an opportunity attack against the one that she downed. She misses. The one that is currently being held by Flo is going to try to break free, but he does not. So Flo is still holding down one of the brains. I'm going to say for now we're out of combat.
Welcome to another installment of The Bounty Board. I'm Jace, also known as Isaac, and this episode I'll be the one to chat with you lovely people. So first, we just wanted to clarify a rule that we kind of fudged, and that is twinned metamagic. We twinned lightning bolts, but usually AoE spells can't be twinned. It was just a super cool moment, and we all kind of got swept away, but we'll try and remember that for the future. We also wanted to clarify that when Mike says the mage is casting Fireball, what he meant was Firebolt. He pretty frequently gets those mixed up, and we all just kind of knew what he meant, so that's why nobody corrected him. I also just wanted to tell all of you thank you so much for supporting us. We just passed 50 followers on Twitter, and we've almost hit 500 downloads, and it just blows my mind. We love doing this, and it's already incredible that we get to share this passion with all of you, but we're just so excited that you're also enjoying it. If you haven't already, go follow us on Twitter at Tabletop Trouble. That's where we communicate most frequently, but it's also where we like to interact with all of you, with polls, idea requests, and whatever else we could think of. We'd also like to give a special thanks to everyone who's reviewed the show on iTunes and Podchaser. Your feedback is it's really special to us, and we truly appreciate it. Last but certainly not least, we'd also like to thank Andromeda again for letting us use his phenomenal track, Light Years From Home. I've been a follower of his for a while and thoroughly enjoy his music, so if you enjoy prog metal, I'd highly recommend giving him a listen. You can check out his entire discography at andromeda.bandcamp.com. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the table.
I'm going to first collect my javelin.
Yeah, you go up and pull your javelin out of the pile of remains that is Gwarn.
And then I'm just going to walk over to the brain thing. I'm just going to stab it until it's dead.
You're just going to stab it? Yeah. With Flo holding it down, it doesn't take much. You walk over and you puncture this thing through its brain and it goes limp.
And then I'm just going to kind of pick it up and throw it into an alleyway or something.
Flo snaps back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Thank you. If you were going to say it, I was going to say it.
I know that you were going to say it, which is why I had to. She snaps back to reality and looks around and says, "Those things, they're very,
creepy.
very, yes, I could hear someone's voice commanding them.
Like the voice you've heard before from the other mush monster.
Mushman.
Mushman.
You don't need to stumble around eggshells. It's fine.
No, I would rather we stay away from that word. I'm not a big fan of
eggshells?
it myself. No.
Everybody just looks over and Sookala's just staring.
Just
Little eyes twitching.
Eyes twitching.
Are you a mushman?
Is it the same as the Mushman flow?
It's the same whisper I hear when I'm near them. A voice talking in the back of my mind.
I'm going to kind of take Lessa aside and show her exactly how to extract the hallucinogenic stuff.
Yeah, she watches you and she's taking notes.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to squelch like that when you squeeze it?
Yes. You must squelch and then crunch.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
It's not very pleasant, which is why I would not recommend taking it. It's not so much the fun kind of hallucinogenic, more the kind of having nightmares for a whole week.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. College was weird. Hey, something just occurred to me. Where are all the other people that were out here?
You are not near the town square, and you can see there's still light a couple blocks away, but it's a good 300 feet down the road.
Okay, we should go check on the Deacon men.
Yeah, we should forewarn them at least of these
Lessa, what happened?
brains walking around.
Well, we were hanging out in the town square, and all of a sudden, Gwarn started growling and yelling and grabbing at his brain.
Classic Warren.
I tried to help him, but when I got close to him, he stopped screaming and just grabbed me and then threw me to the ground. And then a couple more of, the people he was with grabbed me and started dragging me in your direction. Seems like whatever was going on with him, he was coming after you.
As standing advice, Lessa, when people start growling, it is fine to help them. But first, you have to crack them in the place just above the nose.
I didn't want to hurt him if you needed help.
Well, if they're growling, they don't really feel pain. And if they do, they can't voice it, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, and she writes that down in her notebook.
No.
I think it would be prudent if we, did the long rest thing. Give man more time to make device. We heal all wounds.
It's 8 hours.
We should at least warn the Deacon
on a time limit?
of...
I mean, I feel like things are escalating pretty quickly. I don't know if we have that much time.
we should take a short rest and then continue forward. We don't want to wait too long and maybe spend some hit points out of character and let Phineas work on finishing up his stuff.
Yes, I'll get to it when I finish it. It'll be done by the time we get there.
5 minutes?
The grouchy man is
Who's
jumpy.
missing what?
I am going to go back real quick and warn the Deacon of the intellect devourers. He's still in the town square.
You walk up to the town square. You can see the Deacon currently nursing what appears to be a gash on his arm, where it looks like he was struck by an axe.
Oh, I wonder what happened.
He's otherwise appears fine, other than the fact that he's bleeding kind of profusely.
I lean down and I say, Deacon.
Oh, yes. It is nice to see you again.
Yes, it would be better to see you more healthy, and I'm going to use healing word and heal him. He's not undead or a construct, is he?
No, not by any examination you've done.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. You never know. 9 hit points.
You hold your hands over his wound, and it closes up, and the blood stops flowing out of it.
Gwarn?
Bless you. Gwarn suddenly attacked and took Lessa. Are they all right? Did you manage to get him to come to his senses?
Unfortunately, it was a situation we could not avoid, and Gwarn has passed. Lessa,
Well, he is with the mother now, then.
I try to look up at the sky and nod. Lessa and Phineas are okay, but the others seem to be infected with some kind of disease of the mind by these creatures that we've found are intellect devourers. Have you heard them before?
I've heard myths and legends, but never anything concrete. Always assumed they were mere fairy tales told to scare children.
Unfortunately, we have come to the conclusion that they were unredeemable and they have passed. But if anybody else starts to lose control, either try to lock them up or take them out if you can. There's no way to really be safe in these times. But you'll notice
never much of a fighter, but
you'll notice by the way they have blank expressions and they start screaming, "Ah, God! Ah!" and they'll start growling. which is not a normal human thing to do, I think.
No, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Though in these times I have seen weirder.
I'm going to hand on shoulder, Lessa. Do you feel comfortable coming with us into the dark, deep tunnel thing to kill the big bed?
You let your ass gear this time. You're not just telling her and throwing her into danger.
I am accepting that she has made so much progress and has done such a good job, and these fucking idiots are going to die without
She
her.
tried to attack you 10 minutes ago.
No, she had a momentary lapse in control and then didn't kill me.
I feel less safe not having you around to put me down if I get out of control.
That makes me feel so good.
Like that.
I'm so glad we trust each other so much.
No.
Okay, you're coming with.
I'm not putting her down, though.
I've got... That's not your call. She trusted me with that. I've got... fucking... Natural Explorer. I've got proficiency in underground stuff. Especially on
Is that your background?
intelligence and wisdom related skill checks. No, it's one of my ranger perks. This counts as underground, right?
Yeah, I can listen underground.
Fuck yeah. I keep forgetting to do this in the woods.
Is there anything else you guys want to do on your short rest?
I mean, I want to talk more to Flo and figure out what her deal is.
Oh, yeah.
Flo is just kind of sitting on the ground, looking concerned as you approach her.
What did you hear?
I can't really make sense of a lot of it. It's all strange is a relative term, I know, but it's weird. Something about how the observation must commence. It's someone toying with us.
It wouldn't be the first time.
And then a name.
A name?
A name. Onrock? Kako,
What?
you know
I know.
the name Onrock. Not from anything solid,
I knew it.
but you've known just of a creature that has kind of been like a boogeyman that shows up in all kinds of histories and different points of time. He's known by different names: the Defiler, the Executioner, the Tormentor.
These are all things I'm called.
Beyond the fact that he shows up and torments people, you don't have any solid information about this. It's like a boogeyman.
I'm going to grab Lessa by shoulder again. Lessa, it appears we are hunting a dangerous creature called an Onrock.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither. Isn't that fucking awesome?
How do you know
I
of it,
guess.
but you don't know what it is?
I wrote down the fantasy version of the boogeyman, which is already a fictional thing.
So it's extra fantasy.
So yeah, we're extra in it now. So it's a extra made up.
Super fantasy.
Think about how cool this is, Lessa.
She looks around. None of this seems very cool.
Okay, yeah, out of context.
Yeah, I'm
think,
with Les on this one.
think like scientist person, okay?
Okay.
A learner. We now have 2 unseen monsters in this one city that we get to kill and autopsy. Well, okay, we don't get to kill the lady over there. We may get to autopsy her.
Excuse
No.
me.
Yeah, only if she dies, but we definitely get to kill and autopsy the Onrock monster. Then, Lessa, you and I write a book, make many riches, become well-known monster hunters even more.
Is it all about money? Shouldn't we just help people?
No, however, food costs money,
Okay.
and not having to worry about food means we can help people and kill monsters.
I follow that.
I'm glad you do.
I give up. She's a
up
grown
long
woman.
time
She can
ago.
make her own fucking choices. I'm done with this endeavor.
No, I've completely handed the rails over to Kako on this one. He seems to be doing a great job so far. Look at her.
I'm a
and
role
then I
model.
point at Lessa and she's like covered with blood, holding like an axe.
I mean,
Deep sorrow sunken in her eyes.
Okay,
I
look,
can't
the
say
sorrow
that
was going to
I
happen.
can't predict the aftermath, and it's not going to be pleasant, but
Listen, Kako, I'm here for you if you need.
why are you concerned about him?
Because apparently I have to justify all of my choices.
I shove Kako aside and I grab Lessa by the shoulders and I'm like, listen, if he ever gets too much, you know who to call.
Yeah, I trust all of you.
I love
I'll
you.
give her a head pat.
I pat her on the head too. We all head pat Lessa at the same time.
I don't head pat because I respect her as an adult.
No, I love.
She kind of chuckles.
I still think we're older than her.
I mean, I'm definitely older than her.
No shit. You are 300 years old.
Yeah.
You're a high elf. You're like having a midlife crisis right now.
I'm not. No.
Oh, he's going through his rebellious
I'm
phase.
fucking nailing my midlife crisis.
I don't want to break up this intriguing debate, but perhaps it would be best if we got moving.
Perhaps you are correct.
Thank you.
Let's go. And then Kako goes to the weird hole in the ground that we're going to jump down.
It's a well. So you head over to the well that Deacon Maxon told you about, and it's a well. It looks like this is where the poor part of town got their water from. It's a very shanty-looking hole in the ground made out of stone that has a slight covering over it. There's a bucket that gets lowered down, had a bucket that gets lowered down, but it looks like the rope has been removed.
I toss a coin in and make a wish.
You toss a coin into this well, and it takes quite a bit of time before you hear the slightest splash.
Would you like to do that again, but cast light on the coin so we can see the bottom?
I mean, I can just go down
Yeah.
into the water.
Right. I think we should be careful about who goes down first. Who has dark vision?
Visually, I just raised my hand. I do.
Okay. All right.
I mean, half
Sookala
of
and Kako should go down first and kind of scout out the area because me and Isaac can't see that well in the dark.
Does Lessa have dark vision?
Dwarves have dark vision, yeah.
Okay, sweet.
All right. Let's lower Lessa down first.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if that's what you want.
No, I was like, that was out of character. That was joking. It was out of character.
Even though I'm the tallest, I think I'm also like the slenderest. So exploring
also, it's a
holes
well
in the ground might be my
with
thing.
water.
That too.
Okay.
I can turn into a little baby shark down there.
All right. I'm going to carefully hand you the rope.
I will secure one side of the rope. I'm going to take the rope and I'm going to walk up to a commoner and just be like, hey, can you hold this?
Yeah,
I'll help you go down.
Sure.
I've already climbed in the well. I've started scaling down the sides.
You're going to try and scale down the wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they can keep lowering me the rope, but we don't have time for arguments.
So yeah,
Wow, Sookala, you're really light.
you put your arms and try and
Thank
scale
you.
down this wall. I need you to make an acrobatics check.
It's 15.
You begin to lower yourself down this well, and
go
it's
like-
very
do,
slick, as if this is covered in like a coating of slime. And as you like make your way about halfway down, about 25 feet, you slip on one of the rocks, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
What is it?
It's a 17.
17.
Okay, 18.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
it's an
as,
18.
as you slip, you fall about 2 feet before you manage to get your fingers around a rock and catch yourself before you fall.
I do have like claws.
As you lower yourself down, you find yourself hanging out of where this opening is. At about 25 feet down from where you are is a pool of water that is gathering from a bunch of different tunnels that are entering into this for the townsfolk above to drink, and then it runs off to the south.
Don't take my wishing coin.
I'm going to kind of shout down, is it deep enough that we won't die or be injured?
It looks pretty deep. It does look, however, like there's a lot of like stuff floating in it. It's not like super clean water.
It's real polluted. There's lots of tunnels. I don't know, the water does move pretty quickly. Am I just assuming?
No, it settles in this room and then runs off into another area.
I wouldn't recommend jumping.
I assume that I've wrapped this rope around this commoner person. And
Is
asked
that
them-
the plan we're going with?
Please don't be
That's
the
what I'm
plan we're
going with.
Yeah, you have wrapped a rope around a random commoner who is
Why?
looking at you very confused as you do.
I'm helping the commoner hold on to the rope.
Is he at least the funny fat guy of the town?
No, this guy's like super scrawny and is like
a
just
peasant.
willing to help.
Damn, I'm
seen a
super
fat
scrawny
peasant?
too. It never really sinks into me how fucking weak I am because I used to have like a +3 in strength and I have a -1.
Yeah, this guy looks like he has like a -3.
I'm just gonna be like, stay there. I'm gonna go climb down the well.
I don't know
We're
where
using
it was
this rope.
Is anyone else helping Whizz and this commoner?
Together, they have a combined strength of a kitten.
I undo the rope.
-4.
You undo the rope? Yes.
I choose not to look back.
Kako, you
trust in
jump
my own
into
word.
the well.
I'm not even gonna try and hold on to the wall. I'm just gonna try and like
Just
plant
letting
feet.
go. Are you just letting go?
Is Whizz the only one helping?
I'm grabbing the rope.
Okay, Kako jumps into this well with little regard to who's holding onto this rope. I need both of you to make strength saving throws.
You.
I see Kako flying at me, so I am going to just jump into the water and go into my...
Yeah, you transform into your fish form as you plunge into this water.
21.
6. This is never happening with me.
I mean, just those two numbers, just perfect examples of why you shouldn't have been...
Whizz, you are like thrown to the ground as this as Kako jumps into this well, and your hands are like burned by this rope as it slides out of your hands, and you're gonna take 3 points of damage.
Well, look, I meant for Frederick to take that damage, but
We're gonna kill the man.
Isaac, you are pulled forward on this rope, but you keep a good grasp on it until you are holding yourself back on the side of the well and holding this rope. And Kako, as you fly down, you stop about 3 feet above the water as Isaac is holding you up by himself, and you're just kind of dangling there.
Jesus Christ, you fat ass.
What the fuck, Kako?
You let go and splash down into the water. You fall back onto your ass, Isaac.
is the water cold?
It's very cold.
Lassa, it's fucking cold down here.
As you guys are in this water,
I jokingly, quote unquote, hold his head underwater for a minute.
as you guys splash around in this water, it's thick. It's like it's got a
I elect
film
not
to
to
it.
be in here anymore.
You can feel almost as if something is crawling in your skin
No.
as you touch this water.
You're all
Stop.
infected.
Oh,
I'm immune.
Hey,
Oh, you're infected now.
Are we infected?
You see, forming on the back of
Fuck.
your arm, a black spot that is rapidly spreading.
Oh, hey, I get out of the water.
Yeah, you get out of the water. I need you to make an athletics check.
Oh, fuck.
Because I assume you're trying to get out of here quick.
That's an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
It takes you a little bit of time to push like the refuse out of the way. Sookala, you don't need to make an athletics check just because of your natural aquatic abilities.
Natural
Okay,
swimminess.
but I need to get out of the water?
You do.
Okay, I'm going to scale up the wall enough to get out, and then I'm going to turn myself into a bird with polymorph, and I'm going to get the fuck out of this fucking well.
There's a small ledge that circles the room that you climb up on. And as you climb out, you've got probably like a football-sized black mark on your arm.
Cool. I'm going to shout out, hey, the water is infected. Please don't jump in. I mean, Isaac, you can jump in. You've done this before. You're probably immune.
No, fuck you.
And a red-tailed hawk shoots out of the well.
Yeah, you shoot out of the well. Even in your hawk form, you have this rash.
Damn it.
All right.
So, what?
Bird noises.
Where'd that bird
Thank
come
you.
from?
I'm trying to get Flo's attention.
Is that bird trying to get my attention? Caw!
I can't do I can't do hawk noises.
How light is Flo?
30, 40 pounds.
Okay. Do you think I could pick her up?
There's nothing to grab.
Would
Yeah.
she be able to wrap around me?
Do we have a bucket?
Okay. What? No, somebody took the bucket from the well before we got here. Let me go ask Deacon Maxim real quick. I go ask if there's a bucket.
Yeah, he goes into his little shanty house and comes back with the bucket. He's like, I took it from the well. The water wasn't safe to drink, so we've been using it to collect rainwater.
Yeah.
Thank you for warning us about that.
I didn't think you'd need a bucket.
I grab the bucket. Thanks. And I run back and I tell Flo, I'm like, here, hop in.
Oh, I see what you're doing. And she
Bird noises.
into this.
I've got a Flo. It's like Pokemon. And then it's like,
I peck at the bucket and then I preen wherever the
Like
spot
her
is.
head like pops out of the bucket,
And then I like point at the spot on my little hawk body.
and she puts her finger out, and it like wraps around your whole bird body, and you feel like it squeeze, and it squeezes pretty hard, especially for a bird. And then that infection is drained out of your skin.
And
She's
small bird collapses on the ground.
got a kind of gray look to her again.
Let Flo recharge. I'm going to fly down with Flo in the bucket and go down into the well. Isaac, if you can secure the rope somewhere, you should follow down too, and I'll help you get across.
I take
across the slime.
pittance out of my Dungeoneer's pack and anchor it to the fucking ground.
I would like the record to state I did not forget that you had pittance. I chose not to use them.
Fucking hell. All right, get me in this well.
So you cast fly on yourself, and you like lower yourself down into this well. It's the large open room with the water collecting from various different tunnels. You can see Kako standing on the lip that runs around this pool.
Hey, Whizz, what's in the bucket?
It's
Show.
me.
Hi. Can you fix me? Well, at least my arm. I understand that's a big question.
Let her heal for a second. Just let her rest up.
I just healed a strange bird that was asking me to take its infection.
Due to the fact that my survival necessitates a good working relationship here. I'm not going to question why you decided to heal a bird when there are many people who are sick.
I help all the creatures who are sick.
You saw Sookala turn back into a bird.
She didn't say it was the same bird, and I didn't see Sookala get sick.
Wait, that bird was Sookala? She went into the well of person. Does this water transform you?
She was not even aware that it was Sookala.
Is this a normal thing for humans?
Good thing she didn't see me in my siren form.
I have no idea what humans do in their free time, Flo.
Wait,
Do we see, is there a clear method of transfer from this room without getting into the sick water?
Yeah, the tunnels that make up this the sewer
so it's
have
like a cistern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have like pathways along the side of them. It's like an aqueduct that you can walk through.
Okay, so this path that I'm on loops around to these other tunnels.
Yeah, you can see a couple different tunnels. There's one to the north that just leads up. You can see a little bit of sunlight coming from up there. There's another tunnel to the left, east, the west that is currently barred with a door, and another one to the south, which is also barred with a door.
I'm going to start lighting one of my torches.
Yeah.
So
Do I have to stay in the bucket?
For right now, I'm going to keep you in the bucket, but I'll keep you safe. I just don't want any more of this black ooze to splash onto you.
Okay.
I guess I start rappelling down.
Isaac, you rappel down this tunnel, and as you reach the bottom, you find yourself hanging about 25 feet over a large pool, and you can see Whizz and Kako and Flo in a bucket standing on the edge of this pool.
So do I need to like swing onto it or something?
The lip is like 25 feet away from you.
Yeah,
Quite
just
a
swing
significant
over, man.
distance.
I'll grab you. It'll be good. I got you.
Didn't we just establish that you're so weak?
Not in character.
just to join the group, I'm going to fly down and perch on Kako's shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing and get some momentum built up and then leap.
Make an acrobatics check for me.
I'm also going to be helping him to try to grab him if he...
We'll see how he rolls.
12 make it?
Why don't you roll to see if you can attempt to catch him? It's going to be strength save.
12?
You swing off this rope
That's a pretty good roll for me.
and you hurl yourself in the direction of this lip. And as you do, you get caught on the rope and you tumble and fall through the air and splash down into the water. You can see Whizz reaching out to grab you, but you guys are like a foot apart. It's not close enough. You have splashed down in this film thick water.
I'm just gonna, lazy man, just accept my fate and start floating down.
I'm... Oh my god. I throw out a little bit of the rope I have left and try to get him to grab onto it. Come on.
I
My
lazily
guy.
grab it.
I start pulling him in.
Yeah, you realize again, Isaac, as you pull yourself onto land, you see a familiar rash start to spread across your skin.
Lessa, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
So maybe give us like 10 minutes to try and find another way down here. Because currently half of us are infected.
I'll just fly back up and grab her.
Okay, Whizz is coming to get you.
Okay.
I hand you the bucket. Take care of Flo.
Okay.
And then I'm going to fly back up and kneel down and have Lessa jump onto my back.
Yeah, as you fly back up, you pass Phineas, who is making his way down the rope.
Oh, shit.
Wait! We're trying to do this.
Right past him.
Wait, Phineas, stop.
Yeah.
Oh, yes! And he's holding on, like, shaking.
Have you not heard that there's...
I heard it, but it was already too late. As soon as he let go of the rope, I grabbed it and started coming down.
Why would you do that?
Time is of the essence here.
Whoa, man. All right.
Just hold on a minute.
Hold on tight.
I'm holding on. Yeah, so you fly up, you get Lessa jump on your back, and you fly back down and drop her off on the ledge.
I'm going to fly back up and try to help Phineas climb down the rope.
Phineas is pretty scrawny, so you can lift him up pretty easily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then
He's like a bird.
I help pick him up.
Yeah, he kind of like squirms in your arms as he's kind of nervous as he doesn't want to fall into the
Please
water.
stop
and get
squirming.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
I set him down. I'm like, listen, it's all going to be okay. Just relax.
Fine.
Did you leave any of your equipment up top I need to go grab?
Slings his bag up. He's like, I got it all right here. And he goes back to tinkering.
All right. Did we leave any other NPCs behind that I need to take care of right now, besides Frederick?
I think all of our other named NPCs are hiding in a cave or dead. take Lessa aside and just be like, Lessa, I'm infected now. I'm sure you're aware this means you may have to kill me within, like, soon.
Okay.
You know, it took me like 3 weeks to get to the state.
We're having a moment.
Isaac shakes his head and starts walking down the path.
I'll leave Kako's shoulder and go join Isaac.
I give Kako a tap
like
on the
him better.
shoulder, and I give him a thumbs up.
I'm going to hand the
Not
bucket
really
lady.
understanding.
I'm going to hand the bucket lady back to you.
Oh, yeah.
Wait until you're both out of earshot.
All right,
And
Flo, let's
then
go.
I'm going to say to Lessa, if the weird lady refuses to cure me at any point, consider her hostile.
Do we hear that?
I am specifically hiding this information from you.
I know.
But she seems so nice.
Well, yes, but if she decides to kill me, then that's less nice.
Okay.
That's less than nice.
If that's the right thing to do.
Well, yeah, I mean,
proud
do
of
what you
that?
think is right, but also avenge me. I'm going to double check with Bucket Lady, and you feel up to healing me yet?
I can try. I've never taken this much in at once.
No.
Okay, we'll wait for you to
think
get a
we
little
should-
better. I'm going to give Lessa like a little, not yet, kind of look.
She puts her axe down. There's a couple different exits in this room. You can see one to the north, one to the east, and one to the south.
And 2 of these are sealed, right?
2 of them have grated bars.
Can we inspect them to see if there's any way to break the bars?
They're
Or-
pretty rusty. As you get close to the one to the south, you can see not much. It gets very dark very quick in that next room, but you can hear what appears to be like a loud shuffling coming from that room. As you walk over to the one to the east, it's sealed, but you don't hear anything. It's very quiet. And then from the one to the north, you hear a scream.
Are we okay with going north?
I want to go towards the screams. If
Okay.
it's towards the screaming.